The topic of our today's session is cumulative frequency distribution, and we'll also learn to construct cumulative frequency table. Do you feel any confusion in this topic? If yes, then start with me to get rid of all your ambiguities. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalam O Alikum. I'm Engineer Hira Naz from Diamond Tutoring Academy. Welcome here in our today's session. Let's move to the topic, and that is cumulative frequency distribution. Cumulative frequency basically shows the total number of observations which are below a certain value. Understand? In other words, you can say cumulative frequency is the total of a frequency and all the frequencies in the frequency distribution until a certain defined class interval. Understand? Which means cumulative frequency represents the sum of all relative frequencies. This distribution is further classified into two ways. First way is cumulative frequency table, and the second way is cumulative frequency polygon, or you can say Aŭģᴏ. We'll discuss them both. We'll discuss the first way in this video, and the second way will be discussed in our later videos. So, we're gonna learn construction of cumulative frequency table today. Understand? Let's start with an example which says, construct a cumulative frequency distribution for the following data. Here, we are given classes and frequencies, and we are asked to construct its cumulative frequency table. Data can be given in this form or in this form. Understand? Let's start doing that. So in our first column, we have to put this column or this column as it is, column of classes as it is. So put this here. In our next column, we have to create class boundaries. As we have discussed earlier, that there should a table showing cumulative frequencies against upper class boundaries for cumulative frequency table. So first name the column as class boundaries. Now first we have to create class boundaries. For first class lower boundary, we always precede half number before the lower limit. So here before 20 is always 19.5. Understand? So we take 19.5 as our lower class boundary. For next boundaries, we have to add two successive boundaries and divide their sum by 2. So adding, we can add them here. 24 plus 25 divided by 2 will have 24.5. So our first boundary is, our first upper class boundary is 24.5. And this is the upper class boundary for this class and lower class boundary for next coming class. Understand? So for next we have to add 29 and 30, because next two successive boundaries are 29 and 30. So their sum divided by 2 will give us 29.5. So 29.5 is upper limit of class 2 and the lower limit of class 3. And for next we have to add 34 plus 35 divided by 2 will get 34.5. So 34.5 is upper class boundary of class 3 and the lower class boundary for class 4. Again for next, 39 plus 40 divided by 2 will give us 39.5. So 39.5 is upper class limit boundary for this class and lower class for next. Next we have to add 44 and 45. 44 plus 45 divided by 2 will give us 44.5. So 44.5 is upper class limit for this and lower class for next, 44.5. And next we have to add 49 and 50. 49 plus 50 divided by 2 will give us 49.5. So we'll get here 49.5 as upper class limit of this and lower class for next class. 49.5. And for the last class boundary, we have to just extend this up to 54.5. 54.5 because we can see here was 49 and the upper limit was 49.5. 44, 44.5. 39, 39.5. It means we can extend this up to 54.5 as its upper class limit. Understand? Now, as we need to know the upper class boundaries, so in the next column, we have to list the less than boundaries. Understand? So here, upper class boundaries. So here, you can see upper class boundary is 24.5 for the first class. So we can say here less than 24.5. So we can say less than 24.5 are accommodating in this class. Next is our next column is for frequency. So name this column as frequency. Now check in the given data set. Values less than 24.5 have frequency 1. Values less than 29.5 have frequency 2. Values less than 34.5 have frequency 26. And values less than 39.5 have frequency 22. And the values less than 44.5 have frequency 20. And the values less than 49.5 have frequency 15. And the values less than 54.5 have frequency 14. And our next column is the last column, and which is for cumulative frequency. So mark here cumulative frequency. As we know, cumulative frequency is the total frequency up to an upper class limit. So for first class, our cumulative frequency is only 1. But for second class, our cumulative frequency is 1 plus 2, means frequency of this class adding its previous class frequency. So we'll get here 3. Means for every next class, we have to add the previous class frequency in that class frequency. Understand? So here 3 plus 26 will give us 29. 29 plus 22 will give us 51. 51 plus 20 will give us 71. 71 plus 15 will give us 86. 86 plus 14 will give us 100. Means you have to add the previous frequency here. Sum of previous classes, sum of previous frequencies here you have to add. Understand? Now you are done with construction of cumulative frequency table. Let me recall this whole process. Whenever you are given classes and frequencies and you are asked to construct cumulative frequency table, for cumulative frequency table, what you have to do? You have to create class boundaries and you have to find out upper class boundaries from there, and then you have to create cumulative frequency from given frequencies. Understand? If you have any query from this topic, then feel free to contact me in the comment section and I'll definitely solve your problem. That's all for today. See you soon in the next video. Stay safe and healthy. Allah Hafiz.